Here.
She made it.
This is a look. This is like a yowza.
I mean, it's like a snow day look, right?
I'm trying to change it up. I think everybody's so used to seeing me in a top knot, like in the bun. So I'm trying to change up my style for 2022 and do different hairstyles every day.
I love that. I'm also changing up my style to baby wear.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
which he's probably just, because we just got on here, he's gonna get like really crappy.
Aw.
So we wanted to pop on here to talk about your workshop coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope. So Chaturanga, I feel, is one of those things. It's one of those asanas, those poses that is super intimidating for a lot of people because it builds a lot of strength and you kind of have to, your arms start to burn. Like, obviously everybody knows that, but it's one of those poses that once you get it, it's like, oh my gosh, it all kind of comes into play. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, it does, but it also, you kind of realize just like how strong you are.
Yes.
But for everybody who's watching, let's tell them like, what is Chaturanga Dandasana? Let's start like at the bare basics.
So Chaturanga, in Sanskrit, means four-limbed staff pose. So typically your staff pose is a seated position. Your legs are out in front of you, toes flexed up. So that's your staff pose. And you could usually do like a forward fold. Here I'm like eating my phone. Anyway, you usually do a forward fold. It's a nice hamstring stretch. Chaturanga basically flips that. So your belly down and your four posts are your hands and the tops of your toes. Yep. Now, that's usually our high to low push-up. What I think a lot of people have a hard time with in Chaturanga is really alignment, placement of the shoulders. How are my elbows supposed to bend? Because a lot of times when people do push-up, like a fitness push-up, your elbows are like out like this.
Yeah.
And it ends up being more of a bicep, top of your shoulder workout kind of deal. Whereas Chaturanga, your elbows are sliding right into your rib cage. Yep. And shoulders away from your ears. That kind of brings everything into your alignment. And that's like really one of the benefits of Chaturanga, not necessarily just building strength, helping with your balance, helps with your posture, all of those things. But once one thing clicks, so right, elbows in, once that clicks, shoulders down. But you also have to shift your weight forward a little bit more than you think. And that's another thing too. People like, there's a lot of, not just in class, like when I practice yoga, I see a lot of like interesting renditions of, like a lot of times people do the whole like snake floor, like the sexy Chaturanga and like.
I love the body roll.
That might be one of my favorites. That one, the elbows out, I don't know if I'm going to say it, the ass up kind of thing. Like that's my favorite when you have that nice back arch, like things that you don't want in Chaturanga, right? So in the workshop on Saturday, I'm very alignment focused in my teaching anyway. I kind of, sometimes when people are in class, they probably like, oh my God, she's telling me a lot of stuff. This is a lot of information, but I want to make sure everybody's always in the proper alignment, right? Because we want to avoid injury at all costs. Chaturanga is one of those things. You can pull a shoulder or like an arm muscle very quickly if you're in the wrong alignment. You could hurt your back, you could hurt your shoulders, you could strain your neck. So really, we're going to focus on alignment a lot. Ways to practice Chaturanga. So, because I feel like once you have the arm and shoulders and all of that in alignment the right way, all you have to do is lift. We're going to do a lot of knees, chest, chin, or as we cue it in class, the Ashtanga Namaskar. It's kind of, I know even though that's a back bend, it gets your arms in the right placement so that all you have to do is lift your knees and boom, you're there, right? Tucking that pelvis. And it took me a while to get my Chaturanga alignment correct.
Yeah.
But for me, I started my Chaturanga practice. I feel like Chaturanga practice is its own thing.
It is.
Really, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
But so as you know, I teach booty yoga as well. And I got certified in that before I went on to my vinyasa journey. Now, to get certified in booty, to pass your certification, you have to do a chaturanga properly. And you have to be able to show that you can perform like dynamic movement within your chaturanga. Whether that be you're in chaturanga and you start jacking your legs in and out, or tick-tocking your hips, whatever that is, because booty's like a different element in its own. But that really kind of spearheaded my practicing in chaturanga, getting the alignment right. So I would be able to do that, because let me tell you, the thing for me, and it's not that you don't pass, like you just have to try again.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I'm not spending all this money and going to the certification for them to tell me no.
Right. Because of a low push-up, basically. Yeah.
Because of a low, yes. I mean, if it was something like you can't hear the music and all that, like that's one thing. But a low push-up was not going to stop me.
Yeah. When I first started practicing yoga, I didn't really focus on form at all. Like probably most people don't. And I started practicing in power yoga. So there was so many high to low push-ups in every class. It was really intense. And after probably a couple of years of practicing, my shoulders started to really hurt. And I was like, why are my shoulders hurting? Like, I should be getting stronger. And I was getting stronger, but my form was the form where my shoulders were lower than my elbows. And so all that downward energy was causing issues for my shoulders. And I now have arthritis in them forever. So I love this workshop. I think it's so, so important for anybody who's practicing on a regular basis.
Oh, for sure.
Learn that form, and not only learn the form, but learn the form for your body. Like now, my knees are almost always down. Right. Because that's how I feel most comfortable, and that's how I feel strongest.
Right. Yeah. And that's okay. And everybody has their own, right? All of our journeys start at a different time. We all kind of go a different way. That's what I love about yoga. It's not just like, yoga is not just an 8-limb path. I feel like it's an 8-limb like roadmap. You can pick this route, you can pick that route, you know? And we all kind of practice in our own ways. And there's different things that we progress in differently just because our bodies are all different.
Yeah. 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 So I'm really excited for the workshop. I would love to come, but this little guy right here.
Yeah, you can't be doing chaturangas with Jacob on your chest.
Maybe. I just probably would not bend the elbows as much, right?
Right.
It would be a real challenge. Like, don't crush the baby.
I mean, you want to build core strength. I mean, for sure. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
But
so, yeah, I mean, I just really wanted to pop on with you so that we could talk about the workshop.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time. I mean, I'm going to kind of break it down with alignment, and I feel like workshops are a good time to kind of go and I can give individuals the time that they need to kind of focus on alignment that you don't want to not that I don't want to do in a regular class, but when you're in a regular class, like you're already into your mind and your breath, and you're not really like you're doing your chaturanga, but the last thing you want is for somebody to be like, Karyna, elbows in. Like you don't want to call people out. No. Whereas, not that I'm going to call people out on Saturday either, but in a different way. Like we're going to kind of go through the room and through everybody and kind of work on, because maybe this person's elbows are out and that's their alignment thing that's needs to be corrected. And maybe this person has their tushy up, and that can be okay. Well, like let's tuck the pelt, you know, and you can kind of focus on different people's alignment in their bodies and kind of work on different ways that you can practice your chaturanga without going to the full thing. Like I do in some of my classes, I'll do a child's pose push-up. Basically, you're in child's pose, shift the weight forward, you're in your chaturanga arms into the push-up with your knees down.
Yep. I love
that a couple times.
I love how close your face got. You're like,
I know, I'm just like pulling forward. But, you know, just kind of working on alignment, benefits of chaturanga, do's and don'ts. And then we'll kind of work with a flow to go. I mean, it's not going to be like, I promise I'll give breaks with that. But maybe our peak pose on Saturday will just be a full chaturanga the proper way.
Yeah.
And then that's it. It doesn't have to be anything. But once you have your chaturanga placement, I mean, crow pose. You're almost there.
Yep.
Once you get that arm placement and your shoulders and your strength and everything working the proper way, the possibilities are endless when it comes even into arm balances and, oh my gosh, everything.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, talking about crow pose, even floating forward, floating back, like that, you know, when I first started practicing, I was like, oh, I can float forward. Oh, I can float back. But what I didn't know is the stress that I was doing to, again, my shoulders.
Yeah.
Because I didn't yet have the strength to hold a low push-up. So if you can hold chaturanga, then guess what? Next level, right? Next step, next thing you can work on or work towards in your practice if you want is that float forward and that float back. But you're going to be able to land those things so much better if you first work on the foundation of chaturanga. It's like so many things just stem from it, which is why I love this workshop so much. So
just another piece of the puzzle of that yoga puzzle of your practice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. So we're 11:45 on Saturday.
Yes.
With me. And you know the playlist is going to be good.
Always.
It's a vibe. It's going to be a low push-up vibe. And then, I don't know, we're going to have to do a really serious shavasana so that everybody can just like let their arm, maybe we'll just put our arms on a bolster like this. Relax the shoulders.
Right.
It'll be fun though. We're going to have a good time.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks for jumping on and
absolutely
on your snow day. I mean, what else were we doing, right?
I know. My husband took the kids all the way up our hill. So, I mean, I want to go see them, but at the same time, I really kind of don't.
Stay warm. Give yourself a break.
I really don't want to walk, you know, well, walking up is the worst part.
Yeah.
Because then I can just take one of their sleds and go down.
Oh, we have a question. Is there a drop-in price? Yes. So there's, it's only a drop-in. The price is, oh gosh, I should have looked this up before we got on here. I believe it's 30 or 35. I can't remember. Our workshops are always around that price range. If you are an unlimited member, you do get 10% off, and that would just automatically deduct in your account. And you can find the information in the Triangle Foundry bio link. So you just go in there, click on workshops and events, and you'll see Chaturanga Dandasana workshop. It'll say the price there, and you can click on it. You would create an account in Fit Degree, and you'd be good to go.
Yep, and I have a link in my bio to book classes with Triangle Foundry as well. So
nice. There you go.
Yep.
So either bio link works.
Yep.
But yeah, all of our workshops are usually between $30 and $40. So, oh, you're welcome. Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. If you have any other questions, just slide into Sierra or our DMs and we'll help you out.
Sounds good. All right.
Bye, guys.
See you all Saturday, hopefully sooner. Bye.